Hi all, welcome to Tech First Java. In this video, we are basically going to discuss about the command design pattern. In this video, we are seeing that what is basically a command design pattern and how we can implement that command design pattern. What all places where in JDK where the command design pattern is being already used, and what is the basically a command design pattern behavior is that. So all these things we will see in this video. So yeah, let's just start. Command design pattern is basically used to implement the loose coupling in a request response model. In command design pattern, basically the request is sent to the invoker, and invoker basically pass this request to the encapsulated command object, and that command object basically pass the request to the appropriate method of receiver to perform the specific action. So it is basically a loose coupling providing between the request and response by using an encapsulated command object. So encapsulated command object simply taking the request, checking that on the basis of some conditions it will provide or call an appropriate receiver method which will perform the specific action. So that way the command design pattern works. This design pattern is basically a behavioral type of design pattern because it is basically providing a behavior where the request and response object will work. And in JDK, basically if you are taking an example, the runnable interface is basically the best example, where runnable interface having a run method which is basically implementing some of the task, and the task is being executed by thread. So whatever the runnable run method will implemented, accordingly that particular thread will behave. So that way the command design pattern used in runnable interface. And for that checking that example of command design pattern, so let's just start jump into the implementation part of command design pattern, and let's see that how we can use command design pattern in our application. Okay, so for the implementation of command pattern, I have created one simple Java project and created one main class. Okay, so for implementation part, I'm going to take an example of a document open and save. So for that, I'm going to create one interface that is basically define the method which is going to be execute the command. So for that I'm creating an action command execute or action command executor. This has basically one method which is nothing but public void execute. Now I'm going to create one class which is basically I would say it's a document file or a PDF document. And this is basically having two methods. One is public void open PDF, which is simply writing a message that PDF file is opened and creating one more method which is basically public void save PDF, and that is basically of writing as PDF file is or PDF file saved, PDF file opened and PDF file saved. These are the two methods I've created. Now creating the implementation class of this executor, but there are the two operations we are performing on PDF document, that is one is open and one is save. So we have to provide two implementing classes of command executor, one for open and one for save. So one is creating action open or action PDF open, which is basically implementing this action command executor and overriding a method of execute. Here we are defining this PDF document reference, PDF doc, and we are creating one constructor which is basically using, by that we are initializing this PDF doc. So there is a constructor in which we are taking the difference of PDF doc so that we can initialize this PDF doc with past PDF doc. Okay. Now by using this PDF doc, we will open the PDF. Similarly, we can create one more class which is basically used to PDF or we can create a similar name action PDF save. That class is also implement the action command executor, and so we can just copy paste these things because nothing impacting. So I'm pasting this thing, creating a constructor for this, and here we are doing nothing but we are using this PDF doc reference dot save PDF. So for the command pattern, we have created one interface, that is action command executor, which will basically use to execute the command, and we have created one PDF document class which is basically defining two commands. One is for open PDF and another is for save PDF, and we have created two command executor classes basically, that is one is for open the PDF document and one is for save the PDF document. And now in a main class, what we will do, we will create this PDF document object, and we will create two references, one for open action. Here we are defining a action PDF open and passing this PDF document, and secondly we will call as save action. Here we are just passing as save PDF. Now we are just calling the methods of execute. Similarly for save action also we call execute. Now we can run this code. Here you can see that this two commands will be executed, one for opening a PDF and one for saving the PDF document. So that way the command pattern basically been implementing, and it is very important design pattern in behavioral type. So yeah, that is the implementation of command design pattern, and that's it for this video. So if you like this video, please comment out and subscribe my channel, and also press the bell icon so that next video notification you will get. Thank you for watching.